It's Saturday again, and tonight rather is going to be what we call a flower full moon, or another way to put it is going to be a blue moon, which means an extra blue moon, and it's going to be in Scorpio. The sun is still in Taurus, and the moon is going to be in Scorpio, so it's going to be a very intense night. With full moons, a lot of times people will feel have trouble sleeping. I did last night. I was wide awake at like 4 o'clock, and so were my pets. They wanted to be up and play. So, but what it means, it's intense, and full moons are a great time to release what is no longer serving you. But this is a little bit different because it's an extra one. You can actually also put in an intention, and for those that are following books like The Secret, Law of Attraction, any of those, put in an intention of things that you want to bring in to you. So it's a little extra special, and it's kind of funny because the last two videos I've been talking both about Taurus and Scorpio, and those two signs, if you ever look at a zodiac wheel, those two signs are directly opposite each other. And it's funny, I have both those signs directly in my chart. I'm a Scorpio, if you can see my earrings. I'm a Scorpio, my sun's in Scorpio, and my moon's in Taurus, so they're the exact opposite of what's happening right now. So more than likely, I will feel it more intensely. And so if you're feeling more anxious, fatigued, on edge, kind of wanting to kind of go within, kind of feel like you want to get rid of what's no longer serving you, go through your house belongings, kind of purge, kind of do a deep spring cleaning, those kind of things, and kind of reassess your life, if you will, and see what's no longer working for you. That sort of thing, that kind of ties in with what's going on, not only for the season, but for this full moon, that kind of ties in with what's going on, because it's kind of telling you like anything that's not working for you to get rid of, and the minute you do, it'll bring forth, the universe, however you want to put it, will immediately put in things that will actually work for your highest and best good. So it's kind of interesting, but yeah, a lot of people, like last month during the full moon, like boom, I was just out. I mean, immediately it knocked me out. I was just sick all day, and so a lot of times they'll have headaches, feel sick. I know a lot of my friends that work in hospitals, they'll be crazy busy with just insane things. A lot of pregnant women will go into labor. I mean, just you hear all types of like crazy stories, and yeah, they'll say must be a full moon out. So, but if you're feeling any type of strange things, and of course, I've had like I always have really weird lucid dreams where like I wake up and I'll feel like really tired because I feel like I've been up all night because my dreams are so vivid and so active. Like I've had people talking to me and just the whole thing. I should do a whole video about just dreams just on that. I probably will, but yeah, so it's very normal, and more people, they either feel better during a new moon, which that's when you bring things in and want to manifest, and like I said, full moon is when you want to release things that are no longer serving you. But like I said, this, because it's extra special, it's like what they call a blue moon. Like you heard the saying, oh, once in a blue moon. It's very rare. It's an extra one, and they call it a full flower moon. So that's what's going on tonight. And the other thing I wanted to talk to you about, I've been promising this for the last two videos, and I'm finally going to get to it. The other thing that's going on is Saturn is in retrograde. So retrograde means going backwards. Mostly the planets that you hear about that are going retrograde is Mercury, but a lot of different planets do go retrograde. And it actually, they don't go backwards, but if you were to look through a telescope, it does look like they're going backwards. So Saturn, that is a planet of authority and maturity. So if you want to think about it, it's like a very strict parent or a teacher that you had in high school that was very, very strict. And everyone said, oh, you don't want to take that class. They're very hard. They won't give you an A. The best you can do is a C. I had a teacher like that, my sociology teacher, really great, took the class, and true to his word, I got a C. But anyway, because they're very strict. They're not easy on you, but you find afterwards you're much better for it. And anyways, it going retrograde, it's rules the karma and luck going backwards, and it's going now until September 18th. So you might find if you worked really, really hard, you might be finding things are kind of being gifted towards you. You might find just out of blue, people might, pick you up lunch, or you might find like you might be refunded extra money on something you overpaid for that you didn't realize. Just small little things like that, or just look for small little like you don't have to be huge things, but just bigger small things that you weren't expecting from now until then. Like, oh well, geez, I didn't realize this is coming towards me, so this is good. um, and karma, this is like a funny thing people have about karma. You always hear the saying like, oh, I better not steal anything. I don't want karma to come back to me. Well, one, you shouldn't steal anything anyway. Just spoiler alert, don't steal. It's against the law. But, people have mixed feelings about what karma is, but karma is kind of a rule of law. Like you don't want, if the way I look at it, if you don't want something done to you, like if you don't want to be treated badly per se, then don't treat people badly yourself. Like if you don't like people being rude to you, then don't be rude to people. You know, think of it that way. Then karma will come back to you. So like that. But like I said, that's different people have a whole different thing about how karma is, how it affects you. A lot of times you'll hear like in a past life, if you were a bad person in a past life, then if things aren't going well for you in this life, then it must be karma. That's kind of a whole different thing. And there's books written on it. I don't quite know what that is. That could be a soul contract thing. Different people have like a whole different perspective on that. That could be a whole different video or a book on that. You'd have to read up about that. But basically, this is like, this whole time is like, Saturn's like looking back and saying, you really worked hard, and we're gonna see that you're getting rewarded for this because this person didn't ever give you your proper due that you worked really hard. So I am, and and like I said, it might come like they say in the law of attraction or in The Secret. You can't worry about the outcome of how it will come. It'll just come to you in kind of in a way that you may not have expected. So and it's from now until September 18th. So just kind of look for it, seeing if something, like, decides to like take you out to lunch and you weren't expecting it, or you get some extra money coming into your mail or whatever, like you overpaid on something, or whatever, just like, oh, well, okay, thank you, Saturn. Yeah, that might happen. But we'll see. But that's what's going on now, and that's what's happening with Saturn. And to the other end, if you were, just not that good to people the other way, then watch out. Saturn might be pretty hard on you, and you might have some lessons to learn there. So watch out for that. So next week, will the sun will be leaving Taurus and entering Gemini. So my next video will be all about Geminis, and so look forward to that. So it's raining here, so I hope it's better wherever you're at, and I hope you have a good Saturday, and I will see you next week. Bye.